Hey, good morning to you, Colin. This is Brett here from Trinity Auto Group. Obviously just in response to that inquiry the other day you'd sent through regarding this car here, which is the 2014 7-seater Ford Territory wagon. I just wanted to take a few minutes and sort of step you around the car. As I said on the phone earlier, it's a very, very immaculate and high standard of vehicle. Hopefully, as you'll appreciate too in the detail of the footage here, but it is very much like a new car demonstrator for you. I'll take you around now and sort of show you the ins and outs, but just briefly there, sort of touching on them. But as I said, no gutter scrapes at all whatsoever on that wheel there. Obviously nice and clean and fresh. The tyres that are on the car are effectively brand new. They'd be 95%. The nipples have only just sort of come off the tyre, but they're all very close to a new option for you as well. Just showing you down the body of the vehicle as well now. So as you'll notice, no minor indentations, shop and trolley dents or marks or anything of that nature. As I get around to the back of the car here, there is a couple of very light subtle marks on that particular rim there, and as you'll notice as well, the tyre is as fresh and as new as the front as well. So very, very subtle, but there's a couple of light marks on the top of that rim, as you'll notice there. Again, probably not taking too much away from the car, but just to show you everything on it. Again, as I get around this side, gun barrel straight down through those panels as well. It's a nice clean and fresh presentation there. Just as I walk you around throughout the car though, this particular one here having reversing sensors on the car for you as well. And as I open up the back of the car, you may be aware they have the glass option there for you, and they also have the option now for you to open up the tailgate entirely. With the ability now as well, you've got the third row of seating, but also that does collapse and fold down. So just a very brief little demonstration there for you. Allow me to slide that back for you. Once I've got that down, that obviously reverts back to being the 5-seater wagon that we have there for you. So again, as I said, reversing sensors, no luggage marks, no scrapes or any imperfections across there as well, which is a pretty good example. Of course, you've got anchor points right at the back of the car there for you too, and of course ducting, rear air conditioning, drink holders and the likes through the back of the car, very conveniently set out. So just as I close that back down again there for you, as I said, you've got the option there with your reversing camera and your reversing sensors. Bringing you back around to this side of the car now. So I've also got a very clean and unmarked rear passenger left rim and tyre, as is the day it really came out. So in brand spanking new condition. Again, just giving you a bit more of a broader view. But that side of the car again, this is 9.5 out of 10. I don't think there's a 10 out of 10 these days on the road, or certainly once they do hit the road they're no longer that. But showing you around, fully colour coded markings with your mirrors now, with your doors. There is a couple of light marks on that mirror as a matter of fact, but I think they will buff out. So yeah, just to give you a bit more of an idea on that. I will just address those because there was a couple of very light subtle ones, but they do seem like they're on top of the paint, so I'll get that cleaned up for you. Again, finally, the front left hand rim, again, no marks, no damage, immaculately presented. Again, roof rails, everything else is all still in perfectly good order. So with that in mind, taking everything on board there that you have, fog lights across the front of the car, and of course the newer upgraded TZ grille, etc. Smart looking fresh series it is. So again, I'm just going to open up the car now for you so you can see inside the car's as clean and tidy as the outside of. Just as I show you inside the vehicle as well. Said it's all impartial leather, so you've got your cloth inserts in there as well. But in terms of all the outside flanks, the centre section there, moving into the centre of the vehicle as well, you do have coffee holders, drink holders, etc. You've got air conditioning ducting in the base there for you as well, plus storage utility areas down the back there. This seat, as you'll notice as well, is also an adjustable seat, so accessing the rear of the car is quite convenient. And again, unmarked, just been an office executive vehicle this. I don't think, to be honest, it's really had any backseat usage at all in its short lifespan. Electronic seating there in the front of the car for you too, also with floor mat in the front of the car. Just showing you across the broad section there. You've also got service history, owner's manual, everything still with the car. Also in that regard as well. I'll just start the car up for you. as you may be familiar, showing you your full command centre there. But if I pop that into reverse for you, revert straight back to being the full reverse camera. So you can go with the option of the sonar or the camera description, and of course ducting throughout the car, climate control, air conditioning as well. And just as you sort of go through there, you've got extra 12 volt plugs. You've also got USB auxiliary ports in the console for you as well. Coffee holders, drink holders. Again, all your video, your stereo, Bluetoothing, all those extra modes you've got available in there as well for you. So just on 54,000 Ks right now on the clock. I think just to zoom in a little bit there for you. Okay. And just taking you through, but everything else is, as I said, what you'd be expecting to see for a car of this age, if not better again. And compliance plates, everything are all still in original as per new factory condition. Just lastly though, as I take you across the bonnet, you will notice it's immaculately presented, no stone chips across the front of the car, no other issues there, windscreen, nothing above the windscreen, all very unmarked, really good, above average standard there. So again, yeah, with that in mind, I can certainly have this vehicle transported down to you throughout next week without any hesitation. And just showing you inside the engine bay there, very much like a new car. Take it across there, nice heavy duty deep cell battery, very quiet running, smooth riding vehicle as well. Okay, but that in a nutshell guys is the 2014 Ford Territory 7-seater rear-wheel drive wagon. More than happy to see what we can do for you there to arrange some finance options for you. Just as importantly though, I'm glad you're happy, or hope you're happy with the car. If you do want to look at any further inspections, let me know. Otherwise we'll see if we can work out a deal for you. Thanks again. Bye.